So, hi Tim. My name is Karthik. So, introducing myself today, I'll be presenting the EU message and scanning proposal, basically privacy versus protection. So, this presentation explores the European Union plan not to like scan the private messages for harmful materials and how it is affects the privacy, cybersecurity, and governance across the Europe. So, that's my introduction. And coming to my second slide. Here I'm trying to explain about the chart control controversy. So the EU proposed the Europeans proposed like basically the chat control regulations would require services such as WhatsApp, Signal, and iMessages in order to scan all user messages for the child sexual abuse material. So the goal is to improve the child safety here through by following the proactive detection techniques. And however, critics warn that it could undermine end-to-end encryption, increasing the hacking risk and open the door to government overreach. And basically, this proposal captures the core intention between the privacy rights, cybersecurity, and public protection. And coming to slide number three, yeah. So here, basically working on the module two connections. I'm trying to explain. So this issue basically connects directly to the key areas, like we study in the module two. It raises the question about the IT governance, how frameworks and oversights functionings are going on. So like data governance, how sensitive information is managed, and like regulatory compliance also over here. In particularly like conflicts with the GDPR, cybersecurity, and managing the encryption integrity and digital privacy over here, and ethics and ensuring the trust and accountability in the digital systems. And coming to my slide number four, so here I'm trying to explain about the IT governance and framework failures. So from the governance standpoint, so the EU proposal shows clearly the framework failures here, and there is missing transparency in the decision making and stakeholder execution of privacy experts and civil groups, and serious accountability gaps. And effective frameworks such as COBIT, stress test, balanced priorities, and inclusive participation principles, like that are largely absent in this regulatory process. So yeah, and coming to my fifth slide, I'm trying to explain about here about the government data governance quality retention purpose. So the mass message scanning would generate huge amounts of sensitive personal data, and that creates problem with the data quality as false positive could wrongly accuse the innocent users. And the data retention, since it's very unclear how long data would be stored or who could access it, but there are also a few purpose limitations also, as there are no guarantee that the data would remain restricted to child protection use. And weak governance control the risk of the misuse and major privacy violations. And coming to my next slide, here I'm trying to explain about the regularity compliance, GDPR conflict. So the GDPR requires data minimization, purpose limitation, and user consent. And if you can see here, the privacy it's by design. So the mandatory message scanning conflicts with these principles. Like yet, government are also bound by child protection laws. So this tension basically demonstrates the urgent need for a unified compliance framework that can protect the children without eroding the fundamental privacy rights. And yeah, coming to my slide seven. So here we are trying to explain about the cybersecurity, weakening the foundation. So strong end-to-end encryption is the foundation of the cybersecurity. So introducing the scanning systems or backdoors, that weakens that protection, increasing risks of hacking, data breaches. I know, like also like a loss of integrity. And instead of improving safety, such measures could actually make digital networks more vulnerable. And like true cybersecurity governance basically focus on protecting the data, not compromising it. So coming to my this eighth slide. So here I'm trying to explain the digital privacy and ethics, the trust equation. So privacy is a fundamental right essential to the human dignity and democratic society. So citizens deserve like transparency about like how surveillance systems operate and who control their information. Like public trust depends on the clear limits and accountability and safety measures. Safety measures must be never must be considered, and they never evolve into the tools like overreach or like mass surveillance, like that damage the digital trust. And coming to my ninth slide, here I'm trying to explain about my references. This presentation is based on the key sources from the ACLU, EDRI, and the Guardian, Signal Foundation, State Watch, and the Heather West, and all emphasizing that encryption and privacy are vital to digital trust and safety. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.